Here's another one that you might be interested in knowing is that you wonder why kids run away and all that other shit, right? Uh, Now, I'm not saying it's just Christians or anything like that, because there's spirits out there or things that are probably living but have been turned into some sort of instrument. Like I was looking at one that could be a graphing system that plots the land. Now, Satan might have turned them into something like that as penance. Because if you can sustain somebody's life, and then even though you like manipulating their body somehow or their soul or whatever, you're able to actually probably turn them into a piece of furniture, instrument, without their will, without their permission, without their authorization. And yeah, one of them is probably a plotting system where you could actually graft or map out the city or map out where you can purchase land, and that's related to the economies on the shoulder in the Bible. What else? Some of them are watching, talking to you, counseling you. It says God is coaxing you gently, but you always being pushed. You're always being rushed. You're told to try with all your might in the Book of Roman. So you're between trying with all your might and let's say going with the flow or seeing what you can do with what you have. I noticed if you try with all your might, you can try calling a hotel or whatever, try to do something simple, like talk to a girl or let's say, for example, make some food. You try with all your might, or you make a speech. You're making a lot of noise, ruckus, and it makes it difficult for you to achieve actually what you're trying to do. Now, there's a season for everything, and somehow that plays into it. But the reason I think children are running away is because of the voices that are actually coaxing them since they're born, that they're familiar with, these familiar spirits and all this other stuff, actually don't really have their interest in mind, or they do. I don't know. But somehow, how do I put it? The parents went through this, and they got this huge deviation in understanding from the previous generation. It's because words change, because things change. The ones that have the authority to change the things are the ones creating the trends and fads and all this other shit that people are following after. So the children come into this world thinking they can achieve the shit that the parents weren't able to achieve. So they got this difference. And if the parents are upset enough, they'll irritate the kid while the kid's going through all this shit, like terrible twos, the terrible teenage years and all this other shit where they're trying to find themselves. And they end up running away because I guess they can't handle being punished by abusive parents or some shit, because they got to take it out on somebody. I mean, you really think about it? I'll shot your ass like a iron rod, and you're a potter. You're a pot. You're a clay pot. So that basically means I'm gonna hurt you, or I'm gonna destroy you. And that attitude is reflected in the fact that parents are abusing their children or beating them. And if the kids run away and end up on the streets or whatever fuck they end up in, somehow they're supposed to be growing up because they're being exposed to the world. And the world is full of opportunistic people who can take advantage and all this other shit. Then somehow it's for the glory of the kingdom, and somehow you're supposed to be like, just go with the flow. Or if you try with all your heart, think about this: you try with all your heart, and you get raped, and you're supposed to try with all your heart to please the person raping you or some shit. I mean, that's how it sounds. Somehow I'm trying to manipulate the words of the Bible or some shit like that. And people die for all sorts of shit. But apparently that's the way I'm getting it. That's the way I'm understanding it, because, since I was little, I've been constantly being bombarded by this shit trying to turn me gay. And apparently you got people out there who are really good with words, that if you could listen to them, they'll convince your ass that you're gay, even though you're not. And somehow, if I got a gun to try to back it up, that's where it becomes serious enough where you could die or you become gay. And your religion, your God, whatever the fuck is out there that you're relying on can fail you or can help you. I don't know how to put it. But you're supposed to try with all your heart. And that's the book of Romans. And all your might. And everything you do. So if you could fight back, you'll probably end up in jail. And if you end up, defending yourself to the point where you actually murder somebody, that's definitely something. And you got the cops over there with bulletproof vests and guns, and you got all these fat cops who, retire. So back to, this is the open smorgasbord of all sorts of possibilities where nothing is solidified into something you could actually fundamentally understand and just stand on. But you can get raped, and if you forgive the person who raped you, you get raped again. It's kind of dumb, and apparently that's to teach you a lesson. And the lesson is that I'm God, or what the fuck they want to come up with. That God is with you, Jesus is with you. And think about it. The marriage has to do with 10 virgin brides. That's probably why most of these youths are losing their virginity so early. So they're not virgin brides. Maybe it's virgin to the spirit. Maybe it's virgin to the fact that that there's more that exists than what you know. So when you get killed and brought back or whatever, then you're a virgin in a sense. But I really think it's fucking crazy because you can play with words so damn well that you can misconstrue anything. So, I don't know.